Hi guys, and welcome to Tic Tac Toe tutorial with computer as your opponent. So I'm gonna just click on this winner there. But let's reset and you see what will happen. Click on that, the computer generated this. You see that? Let's reset. Okay, so what's gonna happen now is I am going to exit out and we start a new project. No, you don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. So first of all, I'm going to start by importing the following. So let's import the following library. There we go. And next, we have to define the following. I'm going to start by creating a class here. Let's say class, and that class I'm just going to call it Tic Tac Toe. Tic Tac Toe Game. I will do. Next, I'm going to then create a function. Let's say defined underscore underscore and get it initialized underscore underscore. I'm going to say that is in self, comma, and it's in the root. And this very root that is, we should end that with a column actually. So this root, I'm now going to say self.root is going to be the name root as well. That's going to be root. Now remember this should be dot. Okay. Next, we now need to give it a title. So I'm going to just say root, the title, and that is going to be Tic Tac Toe. Just grab all of these and dump it right there. Then go to codes. So that is my title. Next, I'm going to define the geometry. So let's come right down here and we'll just say root dots geometry. And that is going to be, that would be 700 by 840. There. Next, I'm going to do one thing. Let's just round it up. So I'm going to come right down here. Let's say if name underscore underscore equals main. Let's say equals, we have main there, underscore underscore main. And close that. If it's main, then that is in the root and that is going to be equals, let's say tk dot tk, and I'm going to call it amp. It's going to be Tic Tac Toe, the very one here, Tic Tac Toe Game. I'm going to ask you to loop. Tic Tac Toe Game is inside root though. Let's say root dot main loop. Okay, there. Let me just save this. File save as. Let's set time underscore Tic Tac Toe Game. And we click on save. There. So we can try that out now. All we'll just see will just be an ordinary form. Let's come in here, save. There we go. That is it right there. That's good enough for me. Brilliant. So the next thing I'm going to do now, let's define the variables that we intend to use. So right underneath here, I'm going to say self dots. That's a current. So the current, that will stand for the current player. Bring that here. So let's say current underscore player. And player is going to be have the value of X. Then for the computer itself, I'm going to say self dots underscore computer. Instead of current player, we'll just change that to computer. And the computer will have the value of book. There we go. Now, next, I'm going to create a set.board. So that will represent the 3x3 list maze. There we go. Okay. And each cell will start with the value of 0, as you can see that's empty, which meaning the spot is the spot is unoccupied. Okay, after some move, the cell can also change to X or 0. Okay, that is what this is for right there. And right below it, this will create a 3x3 button widgets right there. Okay, each element will later be assigned tk.button. Okay. All right, so let's continue. Next, okay, we then create variables for the player, and there's going to be one for draw as well. Let me just copy this, paste it right underneath it, and change it to name. So this is going to be known as player underscore x underscore score. And the value in there, I'm going to make that 0. Okay, and the next one is going to be the same. Let's just copy this and paste it right there. And change this to O. Okay, and the same value is 0. The score is 0. And underneath here, I'm going to create one for the draw, self.draw. And I will initialize that with 0 value as well. There we go. That is taken care of. And the next thing we want to now do is to take care of the counters. Okay, so let's create one for the click count and timer. So let me copy this again. Just dump it right underneath here. And this is going to be for the player clicks. Read this and this as well. Let's say underscore clicks. And that is going to be 0. Now let's do one for the computers as well. There we go. That's for the computer. Taken care of. Now I'm going to create one for the timer. Let's say self dot timer underscore running, and that is going to be false. So once the system starts, as you can tell, the timer shouldn't be doing anything. Okay, and what about time lapse? Create one for time lapse. Time underscore lapsed. So let's say that is going to be equal 0. Yeah. Time ID. Okay, timer underscore ID. That will have the value of none. All right. As to store the ID of the after call for the timer. All right, that's good. Now that all of this is taken care of, let me take care of the widgets. I'm going to declare my widget in here. I'll just call that rate underscore widget underscore widget. And that is going to be solved. Okay, I want to start with the title. So I'm going to say self.title. So, title, and that is going to be the label. Yeah, that will do. And this label is going to be equals tk.label. That is the widget. And it's going to be a child of set.root. Okay. And this very label will have the title of Tic Tac Toe. Add a comma there. We'll say text needs will be equals Tic Tac Toe. Get rid of this. Maybe get rid of this as well. Comma. Fonts. You can say the font is going to be area. Yeah, that'll do. And it's going to have a value of, let's make that about 24, comma, and also make it bold. There we go. Right, I'm going to run that up. Let's grab all these and just run it up underneath here. Okay, that's pack. And that is going to basically, padding is going to be about 10. There we go. Okay, so we can just save that and try this out. But if I run it, you won't be able to see this title yet, because we're going to call this. Okay, let me run it, you see what I'm talking about. Save, run. You see it's going to be empty, right? But once we call it, I'm going to call this right here. Let's grab all of these and come right down here. So that should be self dot paste, and there we go. So I've just called this very function now. Look at it. So if I run it, we should be able to see this very title. Okay, so let's run it and see. Run. We have to save it first. And there we go. That's the title right there. Okay, that is fine. Next, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create, let's create a frame. And this very frame, so that's going to be inside the widget as well. So I'm just going to say self underscore self dot score, and this score is going to be a frame, and this frame is going to be a child of the root. So on right here we'll say equals tk frame, t dot frame, and this frame is a child of the root itself. Okay, this one here. Let's drop it right there. And I'm going to get it padded as well. About 10. Just the right unit here. And say get it padded by 10 as well. There you go. Okay, that is taken care of. Next, I'm going to create a label. This very label will be right inside the frame. So let's come right here. Just paste the label right underneath here. And this label should be a child of the frame. There we go. Self dot frame. Now, I do need some title in there. This first one is going to be for the player. So let's change that to player X wins. What is the value? Let's put a 0 in there for now. Okay, and 24 might be too big. Let's make that about 12. Okay, let's drag this up. Having control. Okay. Now, I might as well just give it a name. So I'm going to call it X, score X. Score underscore X. Score underscore X. And that's the label. So round it up here as well. There we go. Okay. Now, of course, it's going to be side by side. I'm going to say dot grave, and that is going to be row. It's going to be equals the value of 0, comma column is going to be value of 0 as well. Equals 0 and comma, let's get it carded to the x-axis, that will be the value of 10. There we go. That's good. Okay, let's create one for 0. This is for x, and when we just copy this and we paste it right underneath here. Paste and change. Let's change this to 0 to O, actually, not 0, O. And this is column 1. Yeah, change that to 1. Okay. So my label is now showing. I can also just create one for the draw right now. So let's just get that out of the way for the draw. Paste that and change that to draw. Then try it out. So this is going to be draw. This will be draw as well. And right here, we need to change this to draw. Okay, we should have changed this as well. This one will be computer. Computer wins. That would be cool. Okay. And let's make this lowercase x. Computer wins. This is the player, this is the computer. And here the draw, that is the draw. Okay, let's just change this here. Perhaps change this to 2. 0, 1, 2. Okay. We'll save that first, then try it out. There we go, look at it. Player, the computer that you're playing against, and if it's draw. So you get all the feedback here. All right, that is good. Okay, I'm going to create another frame right underneath here. It's going to be a child of the root as well. But I'll change this to 5. And let's change the name to click. I think, yeah, maybe we should change it to clicks. Yeah. Click frame. And here's one. There we go. Next. And next, I'm going to create another label. I'll just call that player. So let's grab all of, let's grab all of this. Paste it right underneath this framework. And this one, okay, the name is going to be click. Okay, sub.click. There we go. Right, and here, I can just change the name of this guy here to player. Player, that's a player click. Player clicks underscore label. Yeah, that would do. Players click underscore label. So it's inside the click, and this is going to be click. Player click. So it's recording the amount of clicks so far, and here will be, let's make it 10. It doesn't have to be bold. I'm going to get rid of that bold. So the name of this has to be changed to player clicks as well. Done. Yeah, that's fine. All right, this player click is inside this row and column, and the padding is 10. Good. Now I need to create one for the computer itself. Copy that, paste, and change it to computer click. Computer click. And here, computer click as well. Okay, and computer click is in column 1. On column 1. And we also need to change the name here to computer clicks. Right. Okay, now that is taken care of. Yeah, they are all inside the frame, and I want you guys to be able to see these. So let's move this here. It's just, yeah, that would do for now. Okay, so if for you guys to see it properly, let's just do that. All right, I'm going to just save that and try it out. There we go. Player clicks, the amount of clicks, and then that of the computer amount of clicks. That is good. Okay, looking good so far. And next, we need to create another label for the timer. So let's just copy this and speed up things. Speed that up. That is for the timer. All right. So let's run that and see. Run. There we go. That's the timer. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to create one frame, and this frame will be where all the buttons will be. So let's come right down here. Paste and change the names around. And this frame is going to be known as, so this will be known as, let's say, game frame. Yeah, game frame. That will be game frame here. So there we go. And let's just make this instead of 5, I'm going to make that about 10. So I'll repeat it 1. And it's a child of root itself. Now, right underneath here, we're gonna create a loop, a for loop. So let's come right down here and just say for. Let's say R in the range of, that's 3. There. And another loop, call that C, because it's going to be 3 by 3. Copy that, paste that right in it here. This is 3. So this R stands for row and this stands for column. So the row is 3, the column is 3. So let's now create a variable button, and this button is going to be a child of tk dot button width, and this is going to be a child of self dot game frame. Is that in there? Okay, comma. What do we have in there is going to be nothing. Equals nothing. Comma, the font. I'm gonna make that font a little bit bigger. I'll make it about 24, something like that. Change that to 4. 24. Okay. What about the width? Let's make that, it was maybe 5. Yeah. Comma. And height, we made that about equals 2. Comma. And let's round it up for now. We'll come back in there. I'll be coming back there as well later on. So let's come right down here and just round up the button. Button dot grid. and that is going to be row and columns. Let's grab all of this and paste this here. Row is going to be R and column will be C. Then X, I think that's too much, make that 5 by 5. And the padding is going to be 5 as well. Is that there? Change that to 5. Okay, and this button, yeah, that is done. Okay, so let me try this out. I just want to make sure the buttons are on board. There we go. Those are the buttons, but they appear too small. Maybe change the font size to something a bit larger. Make that 40. Yeah. And this button as well, let's just run that up here. And I'm just going to say self dot button. And that is going to be an array for the button itself. And let's for the row and another one for column. And that will be equals button. The row. Right, let's run that and see. Run. Okay, let's see button. Okay, we'll do that. All right, so it's missing S here. So the buttons S. Okay, let's try it out. Run. There we go. The buttons. Now nothing is happening. Okay, and that. Next, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a status for the labels. So first of all, yeah, let's copy this. Then I'll create more button underneath here. Right. So right underneath here, let's paste that from down here and just paste and get it indented. And this, I'm going to call it, just call it status label, something like that. Okay, and change the name of this as well. Okay, the status label is going to be a child of root. Okay, get rid of this. And the text on it is going to be, let's say, player. Whose turn is going to be? Let's start with the player X. Okay, player X. Player X's turn. Yeah. Okay. This, let's make this about 14. I'm going to get rid of this bold. Get rid of that. Okay. And here, let's just round it up. Get it hard. All right. So that is fine for now. Let's run it and see. Oh, hold on. You see this? I might as well just take care of this. This is going to be just for the control. Control, control frame. Do the same thing here. Inside these control frames, that's where I'm going to have all my buttons in. So let's make this about 10. And let me just run it. I just want to see how that's going to look like. Run. There we go. Okay, that's the status. So it tells you whose player is, whose pawn is. Okay, now let's create buttons. I need two buttons. One is going to be for resets. I can just grab all of these and change it around. Down here, paste. Paste. And this is going to be Let's call it self.reset. And this reset, let's round it up. First of all, it's a child of frame control frame. And the text on it, I'm gonna call that reset. Reset game. Fonts, maybe 12. And it's width and so on. Let's go with that. I don't need that. I don't need height as well. It's gonna give me a default height. Yeah, that would do. Now let's round this up. And I'm just gonna say reset set.reset underscore rate is going to be, let's grab all of this because that thing change things around. This is 0. And the column is going to be 0 as well. And we just get rid of all of this. This thing. Yeah, that's one button down, I believe. Yeah, let's run it. Wasting of time. Copy this. There's an URL, correct it. Let's take right underneath here and change this one to exit. Let's say exit. And this one is exit as well. Set.exits. Yeah. Let's say BTN exit. BTN exit. BTN resets. Something like that. BTN reset. Yeah, that'll do. BTN reset as well. Okay. And here, this is exit game. And this one is 0. This will be 1. Okay. Let's try it out. Run. There we go, guys. All that is left for us now is to take care of the functions. See that? Brilliant. Okay, looking good so far. Okay, guys, let's create function for these buttons. So I'm going to have to kind of like speed that up. Okay, so let's come right underneath here. There we go. All right, you see this very function here, we only allow the player to click if if it is their turn, okay? And if it's empty. You see here, I've said current player, if that is equals X, then the board, which is right up here, that is empty. Look at it right there. As the current player, and that's the board. Okay, if you guys can still record those. Then the button, the font is going to be blue. In that case, player click will be +1. Okay, so we now need to call this very function here. I'm going to call it inside the button itself. So let's go right up there and just call it right inside the button. So come right here and enter a comma there. And that is going to be command. And that is going to be equals lambda. So yeah, that is correct there. So row is going to be equals row, y column equals column, and column. Then we then say self.button. So let's get the name of that very function. That's it. Column. Let's grab all of that right back here. And that's going to be self dots. Paste it right here. Self dots on button we click. And that button we're talking of is arm. See there. So I've just called this very function in there. Okay. So that's me calling the button using lambda. And right here, that is the function. Now, let's run it and see. Run. There we go. So if it works, there we go. Look at that. Okay. So let's continue. Nothing is happening right now. So let's take care of these exits. Should be able to Just get rid of that one very quick. For the exits, let's create another function in here. And I'm just going to call the name exit underscore up. And that's going to be self as well. And right underneath here, let's say if message box dot ask yes or no. Yes, no. Then let me give the name exits. That's my title. And come on there, just say confirm if you want to exit. Confirm if you want to exit. And if the answer is yes, we just say self.root.destroy. So let's come right down here. Self.root.destroy. There we go. That is that taken care of. Now let's call this inside the button. And I'm going to scroll right up here. Where is it? Right here. Okay, I'm going to just say comma, press enter, and let's say command equals self dot. There we go. Okay, before we try that out, that's it right there. Let's come right down here and just, oh, there should be a comma here. And look here. Get that indented, else I will end up with an error. So that's my exit function. So let's run it and see. Run. Now let's click on exit. There we go. Look at that. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. That's it, done. Okay, so that's fine. That's taken care of. Okay, other function. I've actually created other function. I have to speed this up because it's taking time. So let's get this one indented. So that is for the computer move. Okay, so let's have a good look at that function. Bring it down. Right, that is to check game over. Okay, I've also added some comment there for you guys to, so that you can understand what is going on. Next is check the winner. Right, come right down here. You can always pause it and check for the draw, if there's any draw. Next, we'll go to switch player and disable all buttons. Okay, once you finish, then enable the buttons and resets. Okay, then we have the update. Come right down, we have start timer, update timer, stop timer. And that is all there is to it. Okay, I'm going to take it up again so that you guys can see it. But then before we do any other thing, we need to call the following here. See right here on button click, right in there. I'm going to call these two functions the update. Okay, the update function and the check game over. Those two functions, you must call it. See inside on button click. All right. Now that that is done, let's come into the resets. There is the resets. That's it. We need to call this inside the reset button. So go right up here. The reset button. Let's see. There we go. Reset button. Buttons. There we go. That's it right there. So just we'll come there. Let's say command equals self dot resets. Okay, just to reset it. So you can have a good look at the lines of code. Take it from the top. Let me add the numbers. Take it from the top and bring it right down. Keep going. Let's break this one into two so that you can see the lines of code there. Yeah. Bring it down. If you need the code, just send me a message, provided you are a member. Down and down. Let's check if game is over or not. Bring it down. 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 Okay, I'm going to run the game now. Let's just take it from there. Run. Let's click on OK. There we go, guys. Look at that. So let's click on that. There we go. And the system automatically generates. There we go. And we have, yeah. Let's try resets. Yeah. Try it again. And who is winning? Player O is winning. Okay, that's good. Reset. And let's try to, let's see, can we get a draw? All right, that's good, guys. Look at that. So what I'm going to do now is, you see, if I exit out, the system will prompt me. But if I click on this, it just goes. I want to prevent that so that the system actually asks me to confirm. So right underneath here, I'm going to say self, let's say self.root. Is that underneath here? Self.root dot protocol. And that is going to be, let's say, window main underscore delete window underscore delete underscore window. Yeah, that's correct. Then the name of my function, that's self dot exit application underscore app. There. So I'm referring to my exit function here. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. So if I click on that, I should be able to get, the system should ask me to confirm if I want to exit or not. Okay. And we will then try it out one more time. And that is all there is to it, guys. I'm going to try it out one more time and we'll call it the end of this project. All right, we need to save that though. Save, run, and save. Right. So it's withdraw. Okay. And that's all there is to it, guys. If I click on this now, it's now asking me to confirm if I want to exit or not. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this brilliant tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel. And you can also join to become a member of the channel. You all have a nice day now. And bye for now.